One more time. We back again, family. We got another show tonight. We couldn't get Iman with us, so we miss her, and we just want to say, hey, she's working hard, doing her thing. So we got to come tonight with something a little bit different. We want to deal with our relationships. We want to deal with relationships as a math problem, or to see if we can make it universal. We can see if a relationship can be equated to a mathematical equation. Behind me on the board is just a linear equation. It's really simple. It's nothing really hard. It's very forthright. I just wanted to take that linear equation and take that math equation and try to relate to relationships. Just like a math problem, relationships are long. Just like a math problem, it's a step by step. Just like a relationship, if you're doing it right and you want something healthy, it's going to be long. Just like a relationship, it's going to be step by step. Um, we're getting in our relationships, we're entering them today, and we're getting out of order. And just like the steps behind me, if you don't know the rules and you get the steps out of order, then the equation at the bottom is obviously going to be wrong. No matter what we do, no matter how much we love, no matter how good of a person we are, no matter how virtuous we are, no matter how spiritual we are, no matter how good our heart is, the steps in the relationship is like a mathematical equation. You must know the rules. You must respect the steps and get them correct in order to get the right outcome to the solution. So the problem is at the top. And then you got to do each step and they go down to get to the ultimate equation. So we have to be careful in our relationships. I use this math because I got a personal issue that I'm gonna talk about tonight. We having a lot of problems in our relationships today because we are out of order, because we don't know the rules, because we missing the steps. That's why we're not getting the proper outcome. So I'm gonna tell about myself. My history in math was very, very troubled. I never, I didn't have a lot of trouble in school per se in all subjects. I usually like math. Excuse me. I used to like science, English, social studies. I got along in a lot of areas, in school. But guess what? My worst subject was. Guess what? The subject that tried and gave me the most tribulation. Guess what it was? Yes, it was math, y'all. Math was the hardest subject that I had for me. I did well in all the other subjects. I had a very my best friend in college. He was a physicist, and he used to do statistics and analysis. Now I could be saying that wrong, y'all. I'm just saying this cat, as far as math was concerned, he was a genius, a whiz at it, right? So I was always trying to figure out how did he do that? Because math came really hard for me. So I knew I was bad in math in the fifth grade. So when I was in the fifth grade and I knew I was bad at math, it took me to go to college two times. The second time I went to college is when I started to get it right. I had calculus and I went to tutoring three, no, one, two, three, every day. So at least 5 times a week. But I ran into a good friend of mine. Well, he turned into a friend, but he was a professor. His name was Dr. Jordan. And Dr. Jordan was a pastor. So because I was a businessman on my second go round when I went back to college, because I had, some things going on business wise, and it allowed me to go back to school to finish my degree. I finished my degree because I wanted my daughters to understand that if you do well in life, you still need to have that pedigree and that title because that's what people respect. So you still need to go back and cover all the bases if you can. So when I went back to school, I met up with Dr. Jordan, and he related calculus to business for me. So I never, because math is a language, and when you don't understand that language, you have to find another way to translate it. So he took it and translated it to business for me. So Dr. Jordan helped me. But for y'all to see this behind me, you have to understand how many days my stomach hurt, my head hurt. I skipped in high school. I skipped math class. I didn't want to go. But then I had to face it head on because what you don't take care of today, you're gonna have to face it tomorrow. So back to our relationships. That's just my story, so you can understand that this board and this man behind me is not something that I want to do. It's just like our relationships. It's probably hard for you to navigate, to get the rules, to understand the steps, so you can get the desired outcome. I know it's probably a beast. So we want to try to help you put this together. So I want to put myself out there first and let you know that this is my biggest struggle in school was math. So some people, a lot of us are struggling in relationships. I take the calls, y'all. I hear it all. I get it all the time. It's not just you. Trust me, you're not suffering alone. It's a lot of people in the same boat as you. But that problem at the top has steps, okay, equated to it to get the desired outcome. So if you want to get to that desired outcome, you have to understand the steps and all the rules and all the regulations. So if you want to understand all those steps and those rules and regulations. We do have those videos on the Clipperdome Chronicles. You have to know, first of all, what is a man? Okay, that's for women. They have to know that. And then also, what is his core nature? Okay, how does a man operate? What are his non-negotiables? What are some things that he has to have in order to be in a healthy long-term relationship? Fellas, you got to learn what a woman is. You will be surprised over the last 10 years, out of all the forums I have held, if you ask the very simple question to men and women, ask the women, what is a man? In specifics, okay? Not what he does. Don't tell me what he does. Tell me who he is. Tell me how he operates. Same thing with a man. I ask the brothers in my forums. I say, tell me what a woman is. I say, tell me her core objectives. Tell me how she operates. Tell me what makes her tick. Give me her specifics. And a lot of the brothers, they know how to treat her, but they don't know how organically she is created, how she operates. They just know how to treat her. So if you know how to treat something, but you don't know where it's coming from, then you could misdiagnose in your treatment. So let's say you take some flowers to a young lady and she might be allergic to flowers. We think that most women like flowers. Most women like gifts. So when we take that approach, sometimes that we could be off because we need to learn organically. If a woman like gifts, you need to find out what type of gifts that she likes. We have to also understand, fellas, it's not always about the money that we spend. When the woman likes you, then it's all about how creative you can get. It's not necessarily about something that's monetary, although, yes, they do need your provisions and your support. So we just wanted to do something like today. I didn't want to go real heavy. I just wanted to use this linear equation and kind of put some of my stuff out there with some struggles that I had. But where I didn't struggle at was relationships. I went to 4 different high schools. I went to 3 different middle schools and 2 elementaries. I went to college twice. I moved in my life about 21 times. So people was all became my strength. So I'm just putting this out here to let you know what my struggles are. And then, so this is why I'm able to make these videos, because this is part of my strength. So we want y'all to take this. We want you to test this. We want you to try this. Take it to the barbershop or take it to the hair salon. Take it to the job or take it to the church. Remember, you don't have to like it, believe it, or understand it. Sometimes you just have to respect it. This is the Clipperdome Chronicles. Thank you.